A white
shouldn't.
nationalist is someone who believes that the white race is superior to other races.
Well, that's some people's opinion. And I don't think,
That's
I mean,
not
a lot.
opinion.
Pardon?
What's your opinion?
My opinion of a white nationalist, if somebody wants to call him white nationalist, to me is an American.
A white nationalist is racist, Senator.
Well, that's your opinion.
Taking the cake for the dumbest senator in the United States, Tommy Tuberville of Alabama, though he's not actually from Alabama.
You said a white nationalist is an American, but a white nationalist is someone who believes horrific things. Do you really think that's someone who should be serving in the military?
Well, that's just a name that has been given. I mean,
it's not. It's a real definition. There's real concerns about extremism.
So if you're going to do away with most white people in this country out of the military, we got huge problems.
It's not.
We got huge problems.
It's not people who are white. It's white nationalists
that have a few probably different beliefs.
Right?
Incredible. Incredible. The man defended white nationalists. Incredible. One of a group of militant white people who espouse white supremacy and advocate for enforced racial segregation read the definition of a white nationalist. Then this happened.
Explain why you continue to insist that white nationalists are American.
Listen, I'm totally against racism. And if the Democrats want to say that white nationalists are racist, I'm totally against that too.
But that's not a democratic definition. The definition of a white nationalist
is
someone...
Well, that's your definition. My definition is racism bad.
Next question. The definition is that the belief that the white race is superior to all other races.
Totally out of the question.
So do you believe that white nationalists are racist?
Yes. If that's what a race is, yes.
What a slobbering piece of nothing. He would then go on to say this.
I was a football coach. I dealt with more minorities than everybody in this building.
He said, dealt with? There's more.
Some people say, well, they're soft on crime. No, they're not soft on crime. They're pro-crime. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bullshit.
They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. There's no other way to read that other than black people want reparations and they do the crime.
Is that what he means by they?
Interesting. Because he said,
I am 110% against racism.
Tuberville seemed to have forgotten the reason for his success when he weighed in on the reparations debate and essentially called black people criminals. His words and the commentaries of other coaches recently shouldn't be seen as only coach speak. This is part of the language of football, but it also subjugates young men in a manner that reduces them to property. Troy Reddick, a former player of Tuberville's at Auburn, lashed out in an interview. He finally has a platform and an opportunity to really show who he is as a man and what he feels about his former players and the communities he's recruited these players from. He has an understanding of how he plans to benefit from the existing culture and white supremacy, and he thinks this is something he has earned. His comments are about the most vicious, vile, repugnant, parochial, racist things that I've heard in a long, long time, said one representative and the former head of the NAACP. This is how violence gets started against black people. This whole topic, by the way, came about on CNN with Kaitlin Collins serving as host, and they were discussing why Tuberville appeared to advocate for white nationalist inclusion in the U.S. military. If you've been following along, all right, this is not a surprise because Tuberville said the same diabolical line in May of 2023. We are losing in the military so fast. Our readiness in terms of recruitment, and why? I'll tell you why. Because the Democrats are attacking the military, saying we need to get out the white extremists, the white nationalists, people that don't believe in our agenda. When asked if he believed white nationalists should be allowed in the military, he said, well, they call them that. I call them Americans. Nah. We need to really have a discussion about, from what Rand Paul said, to the views that Donald Trump has on race relations, to Tommy Tuberville, Mitt Romney, peddling in birtherism. The Southern strategy never went away. It just evolved over time. He would say in an interview with trust fund baby Donald Trump Jr., most of them in the inner city, I don't know how they got degrees. I don't know whether they can read or write. I know y'all are watching this and you have the same reaction. It's because that should be the reaction. That it is absolutely ridiculous that this person is a member of government. By the way, his high school alma mater, I looked this up because he's from Arkansas. His high school alma mater, all right, where he attended, does not rank in the top 100 in the state. How about that? In June of 2019, Tommy said the U.S. has more Middle Easterners coming across the border than we do Mexicans. Folks, they're taking over. And if we don't open our eyes, it's going to be over with. So racist. So racist. Then in February 2020, he claimed there are parts of American cities where you can't drive through a neighborhood because terrorism has taken over. Sharia law has taken over. He basically sounds like the male version of Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's all this is. People who are very dumb, and at times intentionally dumb, because their voters are dumb. And I'm not saying that as someone who hasn't done the research on the demographics of Republican voters. These statistics lay bare that that is an accurate statement. Obama's birth certificate, Tuberville said, obviously there's got to be something on there that he, Obama, doesn't want anybody to see. I don't understand it. You know, as a common white American, I just don't understand why we just go through this. And I think it's continued to divide the country. Yeah, that's divided the country. Not you guys wanting to go back to the 1800s. Obama's birth certificate is dividing the country. His birth certificate, which Donald Trump used to raise his popularity. That's what's dividing the country. It is alleged Tuberville at the Trump Hotel took part in pre-January 6 meetings. Joanna May on Instagram snapped the photo, and TextWire CEO Daniel Beck did so as well, name-dropping Tuberville in his post prior to the insurrection. How about that? Maybe something that we should start bringing up more often is bringing the receipts, because you need the receipts to back up your points. But also that, the visual evidence of Tommy Tuberville meeting with people about a day prior to the insurrection. It is indicative of where we are and how, as I stated previously, the Southern strategy did never go away. These are just the new age dog whistles. Maybe it's more of a bullhorn whistle that someone like Tuberville and Gates and Green and Boebert and Trump use to get votes.